Hey, what's up? How you doing? First time, today, I'm just gonna be telling you, like, my thought process for building, and with that, first time lapse ever, let's go, everybody. This is just cool, you know? I mean, it was also, look, expect more time lapses soon, and having stupid YouTube videos take up most of my MacBook Air storage. Let's go, everybody. Cause, no, I don't even care anymore. Let's just get into it. Whoa. Alright, so, right now I'll be talking about, my first off thought process. So, first off, here in this clip, um, I'm trying to like get the basic layout, so I know like the block palette, and I know how this thing is gonna look like. I know the texture. It's like, okay, so I'm going with deep slate in bricks and a bit of cracked bricks in there to change it up a little bit. So first, I'm going to try to make a shape for this house or this building, so I'll know how to build it, and then it will be easier to just bring up, and I'm not just adding things all the time. So I originally wanted, so that this should be your first step when you're trying to start a house or any building in general. So here I'm extending this thing a bit. Okay, so here I'm trying to test out the things where like the dimensions that I like. Then I'm first off building this structure. So here I have the shape that I like. Now I'm building up the structure to the heights that I want, which should be the second step in like how to build your house. Then I was like, oh, I want the small 5x5 tower over here that sticks out of like in the intersection of the two buildings. I tried out different slabs to see if they worked with the thing. They didn't, so I just decided. So yeah, here I'm still trying these things out. It's like when you're building, you really should just try different things out. For example, try to see if a pattern block works, or try to see if it looks good. If it doesn't, you just get rid of it and then you try again. It's better to figure out if it looks good earlier than later. So here I'm making a roof design. I liked it. I like it when it's like, and then I settled with this roof design with logs that are supporting the rest of the things. Yeah, now I'm building this up to a level that I like before I add the roof. Yeah, so after you get like the basic structure and the basic what the build looks like, you start building the roof, because the roof is really important and it's an important part of the build. If you just leave it, because with the roof, it's a huge surface of a build, and you need to make sure you get that done, because the roof will influence the other details that you add, or what you want to do, basically. So yeah, here I'm trying to work this out because it is diagonal, and I'm just trying to make it look the best I could. And so yeah, this is another thing to try to test and experiment, and make sure and don't be scared to start over, or don't be scared to change things up to try it. Just maybe don't forget what your original thing was, because it might be a bit hard to recover something, especially when you're doing this by hand. So here I'm building out the roof. Nothing really interesting. The roof was basically just dark oak and spruce slabs. Here I was still trying to work out the roof because it looked kind of weird. I got it in the end, and now I'm just extending it back a bit so it makes a bit more sense. And so it doesn't end abruptly. Now I'm copying the same roof pattern onto the tower here. I'm trying to make it so everything makes sense. And just remember, so first you get the basic shape of your build, and then you get the walls, you build the walls up to the height that you like, and then you do the roofs. Now I'm just adding chimney, 2 chimneys, because I always want, like, it was my original idea for this building. So it's more like a factory type build with the double chimney, you know, looking all sick and looking all cool. Yeah, so I use blackstone because, like, everything should have, like, a story when you're building. For example, the blackstone's because it's burnt and there was heat there, and which caused it to make the stone a lot darker than the deep slate. So yeah, here I'm just texturing this out and making it look more natural, like it's just someone just put this together and put it up, you know. So yeah, and then now after I'm done with everything, I'm done with the chimney. I mean, you could do the chimney later. But now that I'm done with building up all the walls, the roofs, I got the shape of the building done, I can now start adding the different block that's part of the block palette to break up the wall so it just looks a bit better. As I already told you, this wall is made of polished deep slate bricks and a bit of cracked bricks, and then just cobbled deep slate. And here, my debug stick. Yeah. So now, after I'm done with everything, the walls, the roofs, and the chimney, I guess, I'm now just I'm starting to work on each, like, little surface, and I'm starting to detail out that surface. So that surface, I was like, oh, I think I should add, like, a little planting pot. In this one, I decided to make, like, a crane-like thing because it's common around this area, or like this area that I built, to have these little crane things to be holding lamps or something like that. So yeah, and so I decided to use that surface for that. Now moving on to that surface, where I just decided to make a little deep slate tile roof. The deep slate tile roof is like the stone roof that I'll always use, and I'm just adding those here and there to make make this building look like it's packed, and make this area seem like it's packed with people and stuff. Here I added another crane-like thing. I also had to move the dirt back, so to ensure at least 2 block space under the lamp, so it'll make a lot more sense, and so people could actually walk under the lamp. When you're building, you should also try to consider people when they're walking around, and if they're exploring this, you need to think of it as they're in survival. Here it's I'm trying to make a little wool structure thing, kinda. I'm not sure what to call it. I tried and I kept experimenting with it. So yeah, the thing is, when you're, like, doing detailing your build, try to experiment with different things so if it looks good, then you'll keep it. If it doesn't, then you'll not. So here I'm testing out copper to see if it looks good. But then I was like, oh, I know this is a factory, so I'm gonna make different coal structures, and while doing this detailing, I'm testing out different things to see if they work. For example, just earlier I tested out black candles to see if it will look good, but I didn't like it, so yeah. And here I'm making a little shed to store more coal and coal ore. So yeah, I detailed that out. I made a building inside of it, and then yeah, because when I'm building this area, first I have to have a few things I have to take into account. First, this is like a factory type build, and there's going to be a lot of coal and chimneys to show that it is producing something, or it's just getting energy or whatever. Second, I have to know at this town, village, city, or things like that, it's crowded and it's supposed to be bustling, and there's supposed to be a lot of people in it, and it's kind of in poverty. And now I'm done with the build, so here it is. And thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. And maybe subscribe if you like seeing more building videos. Maybe if you like more time-lapse videos, maybe leave a like, or, you know, you do you. I don't really care. Just maybe subscribe. It'll make me happy, and it'll make my day. So, see you next time. Bye.